read this morning from Matthew 28, verses 1 to 6. Now after the Sabbath, towards the dawn of the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to see the tomb. And behold, there was a great earthquake, for an angel of the Lord descended from heaven, and came and rolled back the stone and sat on it. His appearance was like lightning, and his clothing white as snow. And for fear of him, the guards trembled and became like dead men. But the angel said to the woman, "Do not be afraid, for I know that you seek Jesus, who was crucified. He is not here, for he has risen, as he said. Come and see the place where he lay." It's familiar verses we read every year, but it's important to take some time to ponder the significance of them. Because on Good Friday, it had looked like it had all ended in defeat. As the nails went into Jesus' hands and as he breathed his last, it seemed like the end of his promised kingdom. But what looked like death and defeat was actually victory in the upside down way of the kingdom. As Jesus' death covered the dent and the depth of our sin and made a way for us to be restored to relationship with the Father. And death was not the end of the story. Our hope comes from the fact that death is not the end. The grave could not hold Jesus down. On the third day, he rose victorious. The ultimate victory was won. Sin's curse was broken, and the power of death was defeated. Because Jesus died, we can know forgiveness of sins. And because he rose again, we can have hope that we too will live forever with him. Death will not be the end of our story. The hope that we gain from the resurrection is not wishful thinking, like hoping your favourite sports team will win if they're ever able to play sport again. It is a secure, confident, unshakable hope in the God we know will come through for us. Throughout his time on earth, Jesus had told the disciples he would die and be raised again. We can take confident hope in the fact that he is faithful to his word. We can have hope that death is not the end. We have hope not just for this earthly life, but for the eternal kingdom life. That gives us the courage to have an eternal mindset, not focused just on this short life, which will soon be gone, but rather making decisions that only make sense when we have hope in the eternal life of the kingdom. The hope we gain from the resurrection changes everything, changes our priorities, changes what matters most to us, changes how we spend our money and how we invest our time. Because when our hope is in the gift of everlasting life, forever praising our loving Father, free from sin and guilt and death, then our priority becomes sharing that hope with the hopeless around us. You see, Mary and the other Mary, when they reached the tomb and saw that Jesus was risen, they didn't keep it to themselves. They ran back and told the disciples, and the disciples told others, and the others told others, and it carried down through generation to us today. And we have a duty to share that hope with others too. Because Jesus died, we have victory over sin. Because of the resurrection, we have hope that we too will rise again. We have hope that death is not the end. We have hope that the abundant life in all its fullness, kingdom life that Jesus gave us, will not be extinguished by death, but will continue forever. We do not have to fear anything our adversary, the devil, tries to throw at us, for nothing will cut us off from the kingdom life of God our Father. Absolutely nothing, not even coronavirus. No matter what circumstances we face, we can take hope that these momentary afflictions that we are all experiencing, all too real at the moment, will be gone as every tear gets wiped away, and sin and death and sickness and sorrow and lockdown and isolation are no more. We can have hope that nothing will separate us from the love of God, the Father, who loved us so much that he sent his Son to die in our place. No tribulation or disease or persecution or famine or nakedness or danger or sword will ever be able to separate us from his love. That is the hope we find in the kingdom because of the resurrection. And that is the hope that will sustain us through all the situations we now face, through all the lockdown and all the negative news, through all the trials and tribulations we find ourselves in presently, as we await the glorious day when Jesus returns to usher in the fullness of his kingdom. So as we finish up today, I just wanted to read one more verse from 1 Corinthians 15, verse 55. O death, where is your victory? O death, where is your sting? The empty grave, the resurrection, has defeated the sting of death, and that is the hope that we live in today. Just a couple of questions for you to ponder and think as we try to apply the hope of the resurrection to our day-to-day life. Firstly, what priorities does having hope in the everlasting eternal kingdom life give us? And secondly, what confidence can we draw from Jesus' resurrection, and how does that help us in the difficulties of life at the moment in this current unknown, unusual situation?